All right.
All right, you know what? They're not going to applaud for us, Wade, but you know who they will applaud for?
Chad Vader.
And the news!
Chad.
Chad?
Hey guys, how's
Hey.
it going?
So, Chad, where are you this week?
I'm in Atlanta at Dragon Con.
Now,
Oh.
Wade, what happens at Dragon Con? Now, what's
Yeah,
that about?
dragons.
And cons?
Dragon-
Dragons and cons. So seriously, so what happens? Is it like a science fiction thing? Is it a cosplay thing? What is it?
It's a sci-fi extravaganza. I can't report much because I literally just got here. I got off the plane and I ran here to talk to you guys. But I will have a full report next week.
Wow.
Look at that,
Cool.
ladies and gentlemen.
Look at that.
Applause. He's going to have a report next
Now
week.
this is your donation
Thank you.
sending out our correspondents around the country from your Oh, we don't have.
We don't do that. All right, so Chad, what's up in the news?
Oh, lots of great news this week. James Cameron and Piranha 3D producer Mark Canton got into a verbal slapping match. Basically, James Cameron implied that gory genre movies like Piranha cheapen the medium of 3D, which is currently going through a renaissance. Mark Canton then fired back a 1,400-word rebuttal, saying that Cameron himself started out making low-budget genre movies, as did most Hollywood directors in Hollywood, and that he was forgetting his roots. He also brought up that Cameron was the original director of Piranha 2: The Spawning and got fired after a week. Burn. With his ego wounded, James Cameron returned to the Tree of Souls to reflect and commune with his mother planet, Pandora. Then, out of nowhere, a killer fish came and bit him in the face. Mark Canton had followed him, and surrounded by his army of crazy piranhas, he intended to finish off James Cameron once and for all. That didn't really happen, of course. But if you'd like to hear the end of this exciting story, check out my Avatar Piranha 3D mashup fanfiction coming soon to my blog.
Okay, can I say something? First
Go
of
ahead.
all, it is so hot in the streaming garage. It's like, you know what? It's like we're doing the show from the sun.
Phoenix. Feels like
Okay.
we're in Phoenix.
So Cameron is right. He is right. I'm telling you. Mark Canton, screw that guy. Cameron's right. Because look, Cameron put so much time and effort and money and development into making 3D what it is, and it turns out that half the 3D stuff is crap. And it's all post-conversion stuff. I don't blame him.
Being not a fan of Avatar, not a fan of 3D, not a fan of Cameron, not a fan of Canton, I don't have a horse in this race. I'm just enjoying the grudge match.
But the whole thing is, so 3D, I think, was meant to be for the cheesy horror films.
I would
Piranha 3D should be
agree.
3D. That
I
isn't
would
House
agree.
of Wax kind of started the whole 3D, or
House
was it
of Wax
maybe
is-
even
House
Black
of Wax-
Lagoon?
House of Wax was a film that started it the first time with movies. There had always been
Right.
3D experimentation
Sure.
in
The red and green.
moviolas
That's the
and
red and
things.
green,
Yeah.
red and blue sides.
But yeah, that was a film that started it, and it's always been, you know, weird, crappy,
Yeah,
schlocky
that's what it's
stuff.
supposed to be. If you need 3D to expand your story, you've got a shitty story.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, James Cameron, but and it wasn't
Yeah.
a good story. We all know that. I don't think anybody's claiming it was a great story.
No, I think.
But for him to be mad at that kind of thing, that's what 3D's for.
Well, what Cameron was hoping was that with Avatar, that he would start a 3D revolution where people shot their movies in 3D.
I get it.
And that would
Does he
somehow...
own part of the technology?
Oh, of course.
Oh, so there you go.
Of
It's a
course
money
he does.
thing. It's-
But what he didn't anticipate was that people simultaneously developed the conversion technology, which made it cheaper, and ultimately 3D is more about the marketing than the movie.
So that's what all makes sense. Because it's really weird to hear him say like, "That's not pure." Oh, you have a stake in
course.
this. You have a company ownership in a 3D company.
Sure.
That's why. Okay,
Sure.
now it all makes sense.
All right,
It's
so
money.
Chad, what's next?
Well, we've got more news on Apple TV, which we reported on last week. Apparently, you can rent movies for a day for $4.99 and also stream Netflix movies. The advantage to Apple TV is that you can rent movies the day they are released, whereas on Netflix, there's still a 30-day wait. Personally, I'm not going to get an Apple TV. I'm going to wait until someone comes out with a device that can stream Netflix movies that are also being streamed through an Apple TV. So the movies come to me double streamed. That's what I... The
Okay.
device will also make popcorn. I call it the Chad Stream 5000 Popcorn Movie-matic. And if you are a potential investor, call me.
Okay, can I, this Apple TV thing, can I say something?
Yeah.
Dud. It's a dud.
Oh, yeah, it's not good.
It's a dud. The other one, the Roku one,
is
so much better.
The Apple TV is, you go, oh, that's pretty cool, but then you're like, no, Roku can do all that, plus it gets Major League Baseball, plus we're on Roku. All our shows are. I mean, every web series that's on Blip is on Roku, so you can watch us, you can watch Strip Down Live, so I'm not sure what Apple TV, and then the $4.99 for a movie for one day, you get 24-hour rental, but also has Netflix, which you can rent for $9.99 a month.
It's the question between proprietary and open environment or whatever. Obviously, there are all these places now. Everybody wants to see their media from 100 different places, from Blip and Ustream and YouTube, and they want something that's going to bring all of this together into one place. Whereas Apple is trying to say, no, we want Apple to be the destination. Yeah. We want you to come to us, and they have to find some way of adding their value. And I don't know if they're going to do it.
Well, I think what they're trying. I mean, and the only thing that works is if people who don't realize, like, oh, there's this thing Roku I can get, or even your PlayStation 3 can watch Netflix. Maybe don't understand that and go, oh, well, it's Apple, and I got all Apple, so I guess I'll get it. And not understanding it's a completely closed off compared to anything else they can buy in the market for cheaper, which will show them a lot more and probably stream better.
Here's what the difference is. They got ahead of the curve with iTunes because there was the communion between iTunes and the iPod. But here, they don't own the iPod. The televisions are all the same deal. So we're boring Chad again.
You saw Chad fall asleep and you stopped talking.
Yeah.
You drove Chad to drink, ladies and gentlemen.
No.
Tasty.
All right, Chad, enough with us. What else you got for us?
Forbes magazine just released their Best Actors for the Buck list, where they rank actors based on a ratio of their salary to their box office revenue that their movies generate. And so that list determines which actors have delivered the biggest return on their initial investment. Shia LaBeouf earns am I pronouncing that right, LaBeouf?
It works.
Close enough.
LaBeouf. Oh, French. LaBeouf. Shia LaBeouf earns $81 of revenue for every dollar he's paid and tops the list. He is followed by Anne Hathaway and Daniel Radcliffe. One time, I was followed by Anne Hathaway and Daniel Radcliffe. It happened on a lonely, deserted street, and I noticed they were creeping around, following me. I turned around and shouted, "Stop following me, you two!" Anne Hathaway just stared at me with her big goony eyes. And Daniel Radcliffe said in that creepy adult voice he has now, "Nobody's following you, Chad." "Oh yeah?" I said. "Well, then how do you know my name?" Two are jerks. Anyway, Shia LaBeouf is a big star. So cast him in your next big crummy movie, Hollywood. While you're at it, tell your actors to stop following me.
Tell your actors to stop following
that's the stupidest poll. It's pretty much who stars in the biggest franchises. Daniel Radcliffe?
Yeah.
Oh, gee, Shia LaBeouf stars in Transformers and Indiana Jones, and he gets the thing.
And it's for a while there were also these statistics about who had been in the most $100 million movies.
Yeah, well, Harrison Ford wins.
Fantastic. But it wasn't. What was fun? It was actually Joe Pesci for a while, and then as to who had been whose movies had grossed the most amount of money, it was Samuel L. Jackson, because he was doing everything, and so those kinds of surveys and studies are always kind of skewed, and they don't really make a lot of sense. So, Shia LaBeouf, just please go away.
I'm right there with you. Please
go away.
All right, Chad. Speaking of going away, is that it? Is that all we have for you this week?
That's all I got. I got some fantasy parties to go to, man.
Well, say hey to the dragons.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick up some anime chicks.
Yeah, Chad Vader, everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
There's the news.
Bye from Atlanta.